Hi, this is Dave Kirschen, EliteFDS.com sponsored powerlifter. And I thought I'd cut a quick video because the Raw versus Gear debate seems to be flaring up once again, as it does every few months. And since everyone else is offering their opinion on it, I thought I would throw mine out there as well. I guess the biggest point I'd like to make is that nobody really cares what you lift but you. Nobody really cares what your numbers are. Nobody really cares what you wore when you hit them. I think a lot of this debate is really misplaced because nobody's really paying attention to begin with. If you go to any powerlifting meet at the local level or even the national or the world level, look at the stands, look in the crowd. Are you seeing powerlifting fans, or are you seeing a bunch of wives and kids and girlfriends and parents and friends just kind of sitting there looking bored, especially as the meet drags on? The only fans that you're going to see at the average powerlifting meet are the people on the platform. It's the people that are, participating. It's the judges and the lifters and the coaches. The spotters and loaders are usually just some poor kids that got, bribed with free pizza to break their backs for 8 hours. We're our only fans in this sport. And there's no major sponsorship. I mean, there are companies like EliteFTS that do support the sport, as much as they can, but the majority of the money in the sport comes from the athletes themselves. So, the next time you're going to bash someone for how they choose, to lift, maybe remember that guy's $100 meet fee is the same as your $100 meet fee. And, without that guy in the sport is just that much weaker. So, the way the sport is going to grow and the way the sport is going to gain momentum is through participation. It's through getting as many people involved as possible in whatever, category they choose to get involved in. It's about numbers. It's about growth. So what I would like to see is, people spending a little bit more time on the internet and especially in person, trying to support each other. You got a free Saturday, go to a meet. If you're experienced, sit in the judge's chair for a few flights, or, find someone who doesn't know what he's doing and maybe lend him a hand, help him out, wrap knees, do something. But, don't fucking get mad at this guy or that guy who are, spending just as much to be involved in the sport as you are. Sometimes I get asked, what do you tell people you bench? Do you give them your shirted numbers? Do you give them your raw numbers? And my response is usually, it really doesn't come up. The average person on the street doesn't really give a shit what I bench. And, if you find yourself telling people what you bench a lot in real life, it's probably because you're steering the conversation that way yourself. The only times I really get asked what I lift, it's never what I bench or squat. It's always what I lift. Usually they're just making conversation and they just assume I'm a meathead and I don't have, any interest in anything else. Or they just want to tell me about their, their cousin that benches 300 pounds more than I do in the basement. I'm getting a little off track. So, like I said, I guess what I'm trying to get at is that, the only thing that's really going to help this sport grow and help the sport gain acceptance is growth. And whether that comes from more geared lifters or more raw lifters or more what, right now we need to focus on just getting the sport as big as possible. And then, let the pendulum swing where it is. A few years ago, it was almost all geared. Now it's much more raw. It could keep going that way. It could swing the other way. Let's worry about that when we're big enough for it to actually matter. So, thanks for sticking with this. Hopefully there was something in this mess that made sense to you, and thanks for watching.